What's going on, guys? It is Murdering here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to be doing another episode of our Low Spender Challenge series. Now, if you're new here and you don't know what this actually is about, I'm going to give you a really brief rundown. You can catch up on the other episodes if you would like to. So what we're going to be doing here is we are not using any legendaries or epics. We are going all the way through to the end game. We have a certain checklist of things we want to do. We want to hit end game content in dungeons, clan boss, faction wars, classic arena, 3v3, and completing that easy doom tower. I might have missed something, but we can go over that when we get closer to the moment in this series. So basically, as I just mentioned, we are using rares, uncommons, and commons only to get through this game. Now, what exactly is my budget? I'm going to be buying the $10 monthly gem pack on top of giving myself a budget of $25 per month. So this episode is actually going to be huge because I actually spent the first amount of money outside of that $10 budget, so we're going to be able to see it. I'm going to be showing you that Twitch clip live when I did it on stream. I had a great time with the chat when we decided to purchase this pack, and I do have a lot of questions for you guys, looking for some feedback, seeing what you think I should do next in my progression. So on top of that, today we're also going to be 6-starring my first champion. Now I know, and I've seen a lot of comments from people saying, when is the next episode coming out? What I really want to do is I want to spread these out and not upload too often for this series, because I think it's going to take a lot out of it and a lot of interest is going to be lost. So unless I have something really important to show you guys for progression wise on this actual series, I'm not going to be uploading, kind of showing you too much boring stuff unless it's actual progression or a giant leap in my actual progression. So with that being said, the first thing I want to do is head straight to that Twitch clip, and you guys can see the first pack that I elected with my Twitch chat to actually purchase, making it our first purchase of the account, totaling to $10 spent. This is going to be the first purchase, the most memorable purchase on this entire account. Our first real purchase of the budget. With the support of my Twitch chat, we have decided, look at this, you have been chosen. You've been chosen. I've been chosen. I was blessed with this amazing Warrior Circle pack. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Bam. Alright guys, so now that we saw that, let me fill you in on this little budget tracker we have here. This is when I bought the $10 monthly gem pack. Then as we can see from that last clip, the $10 Warrior Circle pack, totaling $30 on this account. The official start date, as we can see, was 2/17/21, so I do still have $15 left of my monthly budget. Am I going to spend it? I'm not quite sure. And as we can see, total time played, I am keeping track of that. So we're at 76 hours currently. So let's head straight into the account and see where we're at now and go over who we're going to 6-star first, show you that 6-star, and we get to lead up to the special moment of me actually feeding epics to my champions to make food. It's going to feel really great not needing to use these epics to progress, so I'm excited to share that with you, and I did save that for this video specifically. Alright guys, so here's my account. The first thing you're going to notice is I'm not being as efficient as I possibly could be with my energy. What I really like to do is save up as much energy as possible, then go on to stream as much content as I can, which is why I do store up the energy. Now really quickly looking at my daily login rewards, I'm currently on day 21, so we've been playing this for 3 weeks already. So I have one more week to spend my budget, but this is the problem that I want your feedback on personally. As we all know, it was Raid's 2-year anniversary and we got lots of free gifts. Now while it wasn't always energy, I'm kind of in a personal dilemma on whether or not I should spend the full budget on this account, because I have gotten additional resources that normal players wouldn't have gotten, and I don't want any type of unfair advantage. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should stop at the $10 spent for this month because of all the free stuff we have gotten for this 2-year anniversary, or should I continue, find a pack worthy enough to spend the remaining $15 in my budget during the next week or so? So definitely give me your feedback on that. I look forward to hearing what you guys think and have to say about that. So really quickly catching you guys up where I'm actually at here. Pretty much all I've been doing is farming for extra copies of War Maiden and grinding food to make sure I have enough champions to 6-star my first guy here. As far as new and additional pickups since I last saw you guys and talked with you guys, the only really new champions I got were Kale, I believe Executioner is new as well. We do have a Sentinel here, and I think I have the rest of these champions. I'm pretty sure I got all of these champions. Kyria was definitely a new pickup. I am going to be keeping her, using her possibly for Clan Boss, definitely for Faction Wars, that I'm not sure about, but one thing I have noticed right away is I'm going to need a lot of champions, especially if I do want to progress in the Faction Wars, so I'm being very careful on which rare champions I'm actually keeping and which ones I'm not keeping to kind of boost my food progress. As you can see here, I also did pull quite a few very good epics, and I'm actually excited to feed them to my champions so I can kick off this series. I will not be feeding the Turvold that, if you guys saw, I believe in the first episode, the first Void Shard I ever pulled on this account, out came a Turvold, which was unfortunate for me. However, I am going to be giving this account away. While I am feeding epics, I'm not going to be touching any legendaries, so you will have an account like this that can clear a lot of content with whatever legendaries I do pull throughout this series in the vault. As we can see here, I am keeping quite a few of the uncommons here. I do have Dervish, Zephyr Sniper, I have a second Shield Guard, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, Fireblade, who is an attack down champion, and finally Saurus. There is going to be use for them. I'm kind of hesitant on ranking them up just yet because I really want to focus on food here. So this comes to the moment we've all been waiting for, the first 6-star I'm actually going to be doing on this account. I am going to be going with Shield Guard. I've thought about this a lot. I could do Aethel, however, I'm leaning away from Aethel just because of how efficiently Shield Guard can farm and where he's going to be used later on in this game that can help me out. So now that we've gone over that, let's go ahead and 6-star our first champion. And as we can see here, this is kind of what I'm talking about. These two 5-star chickens are both things that a normal player wouldn't have already, so I do have enough food to make more 5-star champions. We'll go over that when I do feed the epics. However, this is kind of what I'm talking about on an unfair advantage. Possibly there are some rules on what I can buy. I cannot buy chickens and I cannot buy shards, and obviously I cannot buy gear because that would be really useless and pointless for this progression series. That's why I really want your feedback. Should I spend the remaining money or should I not? So here we go, our first 6-star of the account. We did it. Shield Guard, 6-star after 3 weeks of playing. Not the most efficient, as most of you know if you watch my other episodes. I elected to not rush a 6-star. I went with multiple 5-stars, cleared the brutal campaign after 7 days, so that's all fine and dandy. And I waited until now, until I had enough food after these champions to really 6-star a champion. Now, this is where the next question comes that I do have for you guys. I am debating on whether or not I should move to 6-star my second champion, or if I should get other vital champions to my progression to 5-star, kind of keeping everyone on an even playing field, since most of the time I'm going to be spending here is going to be leveling champions up until I'm comfortable enough to completely pop off with my progression, getting through the dungeons, because my gear right now is perfectly fine for farming. And as most people know who started this game, whether you spent money or didn't spend money, it's really important that, yes, you want gear for the later on dungeons. However, making sure you have enough 6-stars to actually complete the content. You're not settling for a lower stage dungeon. You're doing the highest you possibly can. These are the things I'm focused on. My question is going to be, do I continue focusing on champions like War Maiden and Armiger, getting them to 5-star? That's kind of the direction I'm leaning towards. I do have this guy. I'm not going to be using him. He's going to be a 5-star food, so that's kind of the feedback I was looking for. Let's take our fine epics out of the vault here. And another thing too, I do have all of these level 30s. If you see them at level 30, it means I'm going to keep them. I do have double Sister Militant, who's going to be awesome for me in the faction war. So this is where the question really comes in. Do I get all of these champions to 4-star, maybe 5-star, to keep progressing through faction wars? And since I am going to be grinding the campaign fairly hard until I can fully book Berserker as well as War Maiden. So let's get these champions out of the vault here, and just to kind of give you guys an idea and look at the books, I am not using it in my rare books just yet. Maybe we can go over that at some point in the next episode, looking at which champions I should be looking to book here. So as we can see, I have lots of work to do with War Maiden, which is good because I have tons of food to farm, and I am going to be farming only where War Maiden is an actual drop in the Deadlands. I have 3 books there, 3 books there, and finally 5 books here, so we have lots of work like I just mentioned. So the first thing we're going to do is, as you can expect, War Maiden is going to be the first champion who's going to get fed all of our epics. So as always, we're going to start with our buddy Tyrell. Defense down on War Maiden greater than defense down on Tyrell, and confirm. Next, we're going to do Farakin. Finally, Leah, I believe her name is. Then Sylar. All right, here we go. Hopefully this isn't too painful for some of you. However, this is going to boost how good War Maiden actually is. I promise you. Here we go. 5-star done. Lots of leveling to do. As we can also see, I do have to focus on the ascensions quite a bit too, and I can solo most of the dungeons with Armiger, making that another reason why I like to do 6-star him first on top of things. So that is the route we're going here. Next champion I'm pretty sure I'm going to do is just a food champion to make sure I am keeping in line, making sure I have enough 5-star foods in case I do want a 6-star. Another champion here, so that's where the next 4 epics are in fact going to go. So Stout Axeman is now another 5-star food that we have. So this is coming out to a total of 2 5-star food. We need 3 more, maybe we 6-star a champion, but I'm really looking for you guys' feedback. Do you think I should rush and 6-star a second champion, or should I get the remaining optimal and useful champions that I'm going to be using while playing this game with rares, uncommons, and commons only to that 5-star level, ascend all the champions I can ascend? So definitely give me your feedback. What do you guys think? I have not really made up my mind, which is why I'm asking for feedback. I'm not just saying make a comment to make a comment. I am definitely still torn myself with my personal opinion on what's going to be the best for me progression wise. So now that we've completed that, just to show you, I do still have the pack that I purchased in the mailbox here. Tons of energy, which is going to be extremely beneficial now that I do have lots of farming to do, and I can continuous play, which is definitely the good news here. Haven't been really focusing much on clan balls. All I've been doing is farming food. So the question is in fact going to be, what is next for what I'm going to do, what I'm trying to achieve here. Outside of that, I do have to start considering that I have 600 gems. I am getting close to the mark of where I can actually mastery another champion again. Should I commit and use 800 gems to fully mastery a champion, or should I save it for energy, even though I did just buy this $10 pack? That's something else that I have been heavily considering. While it is probably not efficient to buy masteries after 2 champions, I do have to consider the long run here and how much I actually have to grind 6-star champions here. Do I want to be wasting energy on champions in the Minotaur run? Because there were a few comments that were kind of strange when I decided to only go with 5-star champions and use the first 2 sets of 800 gems on masteries. They said just farm the Minotaur with food. Now, if you think about this, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because if you're farming with food, your food can get the scrolls on you. Maybe they meant food that you're going to keep. However, as we just saw from the account and the question that I did just ask, I'm not really sure who I'm going to keep outside of a few champions. Instead of spreading everything out this much, I think it might be best to mastery 3 champions, so only 2 possible champions can in fact get food. Then I can pick 2 champions, which is a lot lower than picking 4 champions you really want to commit with and spread the scrolls out. I'd rather do that with 2 champions, knowing that, okay, it's 100% I'm going to use these 2 champions. I can level them up while I'm getting masteries for them and continue on from there. So that's kind of where I'm at here, as I will be 6-starring champions, so pretty much everyone, whether they're masteried or not, is going to be getting experience. I'm not going to be running 3 level 60s with the other 2 food champions that I do want scrolls on. So that's something that I had to consider, and I do believe that it may be the best option for me to go ahead and save that 600 gems and pick my next champion for masteries. Who that's going to be, I'm not quite sure yet. As far as an arena team, I'm still really looking to farm in the Deadlands just for the War Maiden and Berserker shards. However, I would also like a Diabolist for the arena. Obviously, increasing speed is going to help. Filling turn meter, decreasing turn meters of enemies is going to help. That is something I'm looking out for, and I might have to come back to the Brimstone path to farm a bit more in that dungeon as well. Now, luckily, I did get Mother Superior, so I do actually have a speed leader for the arena. Although it's not the best speed aura, my gear is kind of ahead of the curve as far as what people would actually need in the arena, so I'm definitely set in the arena for now. Not going to talk about that too much because we did talk about that in the last video. So this is pretty much what I wanted to do in this video, what I wanted to talk about, show you where I'm at, show you this 6-step progression, and leave you with those questions so you can give me all of the feedback that you think is going to be right in your head, helping me make the decision to make sure I'm progressing as fast and as efficiently as possible with the parameters that I did set for this little challenge that I'm doing with myself. Alright guys, as always, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to smash that like button, comment answering my questions, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next video, and I will see you all in the next upload.